friends, we continue to monitor the events on the front lines of Ukraine and Russia as well as the news. And today we have good news from the front lines in several directions. But there are never good news without bad news. So let's go through everything in order. Before starting the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon to receive notifications about new episodes. Let's begin with the Zaporizhzhia direction. Once again, there are official statements about the success of the Ukrainian armed forces in the Robotyne direction, which indicates that Ukraine continues to move towards Tokmak. As of today, there are no changes on the front line, but we can see that the Ukrainian armed forces are gradually advancing. Unfortunately, without air support, the progress is slow, but there are no other options at the moment. Overall, the Russians have strengthened their positions significantly, making it difficult to break through without air support. Everyone is also concerned about the situation at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant.
Ніхто не може запрогнозувати, який теракт може ворог вчинити там. Ми бачимо інформацію від нашого президента, ми бачимо інформацію від нашої розвідки про те, що вони готуються до повного або часткового підриву на Запорізькій атомній електростанції. Тому наші мешканці сьогодні вкрай стурбовані через те, що вони не мають можливості евакуюватись та виїхати з тимчасово окупованої території. Тож сьогодні, щоб виїхати, треба втратити від 3 до 5 днів і ще простояти в чергах незрозуміло на яких кордонах. Досить ярко це ілюструється після того, як міст на Чонгарі втомився, всіх відправляють через Армянськ, а там черга. Тож сьогодні тема номер 1 тимчасово окупованої Запорізької області – це Запорізька АЕС.
In the Vuhledar direction, it is reported that there have been successful advances in the area of Prigozhin. So far, there haven't been any changes on the front line, but the important thing is that the advances continue, which means there will be soon changes on the front line. In turn, the Russians continue to intensively shell the liberated settlements to hinder the progress of the Ukrainian armed forces. In the Kherson direction, according to the Russians, Ukraine has managed to increase its forces on the left bank, and the Russians continue to shell, but without hitting their targets. They cannot do anything about it because the advances of the armed forces of Ukraine from the right bank heavily suppress them with artillery fire. In the Avdiivka direction, Russia has increased the number of shell attacks, and today there have been renewed offensive actions on Pervomaisky, attempting to reach the Karlivsky reservoir. Further south in Marinka, the fighting continues, but there are no changes on the front line. In the Bakhmut direction, the Russians continue their offensive actions in the area of Bogdanivka. Shelling also continues, but the armed forces of Ukraine is making progress. According to the latest report, there is progress in the city of Bakhmut itself. It appears that the armed forces of Ukraine has started to gain control of the city streets. We are still waiting for an official statement, but there is an interesting development. Today, the Russians shelled Solidar, which could indicate that the armed forces of Ukraine is already breaking into the city. Therefore, the plan to liberate Bakhmut is gradually being implemented. In the Kremina and Siversk area, the situation has stabilized. There are no more offensive actions reported, and the occupiers are only shelling along the entire front line. In turn, the armed forces of Ukraine is not conducting counteroffensives, and the situation remains unchanged. In the Dvorichny area, shelling continues without offensive actions. In the Svatovo direction, attacks are still reported, this time in the area of Stelmakhivka, but the front line remains unchanged and the situation is under the control of the armed forces of Ukraine. As of today, it is reported that the armed forces of Ukraine has managed to destroy another 590 units of Russian-led forces. Shelling from Russian territory continues in the Chernihiv, Sumy and Kharkiv regions. It is reported that explosions were heard in Sumy, and the Russians launched 2 Ha-22 missiles at the Kremenchuk district in the Poltava region. Today, NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg stated that a clear signal has been sent to Moscow and Minsk that NATO is ready to defend every ally, every inch of NATO territory. This was reported by CNN and Reuters, referring to Stoltenberg's statement at a joint press conference in The Hague on Tuesday, together with the leaders of 7 NATO countries. According to some sources, the Wagner PMC mercenaries are still present on Ukrainian territory. This was also reported by CNN, citing a statement by Pentagon Press Secretary Patrick Ryder during a press briefing. Analysts from the Institute for the Study of War believe that the self-proclaimed Belarusian president Alexander Lukashenko is likely trying to use the Wagner PMC group to gain room for maneuver and seeks to bring it under his control. Additionally, according to ISW, Lukashenko may use the Russian nuclear weapons he received the day before to slow down the campaign of incorporating Belarus. Analysts note that the ongoing power struggle between Putin, Lukashenko and Prigozhin is not yet over and will have short-term and long-term consequences that may be beneficial to Ukraine. About some background. The first one. During the coup attempt, Prigozhin stated that he allegedly reached an agreement through an intermediary with the self-proclaimed Belarusian president Alexander Lukashenko and would travel to Belarus while ordering all his mercenaries to retreat. The first one. Russian President Vladimir Putin announced that the Wagner mercenaries could sign contracts with the Russian Ministry of Defense, be released or go to Belarus. The third one. The leader of the PMC, according to the self-proclaimed president Alexander Lukashenko, is in Belarus. The fourth one. Media reports reveal that the camps are being constructed in Belarus to accommodate Wagner PMC militants. And the last one, the self-proclaimed president of Belarus, Alexander Lukashenko, hopes that the commanders from the Wagner PMC will share their experience and help improve the capabilities of the Belarusian armed forces. That's all I have. Thank you for watching and until the next time. Bye-bye!